What are we doing?
Waiting.
What?
Bus.
Which bus?
Bus that we shouldn't have to change.
So it's a police escort?
The police from Escort. I have no idea actually. I mean, they're going in a convoy.
Yes, here we were on one of the most dangerous roads in Mexico, leaving just as the sun was setting.
But Johannes, why on earth would you put yourself in that situation?
The answer is simple. Waterfalls. Okay, so as I shortly mentioned in the last video, a large chunk of Chiapas is not under government control, but Zapatista rebels and indigenous communities. And one chunk of road that is infamous for its constant roadblocks and robberies is the highway between Palenque and San Cristobal de las Casas. And it just happens that that was where we were going next. We had heard discussions about this road since we arrived in Mexico. Should you take it or not? Most people we met opted for the much more expensive and longer bus going over Villahermosa, and some were even gonna fly to Tuxtla Gutierrez and go from there to avoid the area completely. And the handful of people we met who had taken the short route all said it felt very, very sketchy. We tried finding information about it online, but most of the things we found were a few years old, and the big problem seemed to be roadblocks, with a handful of armed robberies every now and then. And to be honest, the roadblocks are just organized robberies, and as long as you pay the fee, you'll be fine. Not only was it shorter and cheaper, you could also combine it with stops at two supposedly beautiful waterfalls, the second of which was almost half the way to San Cristobal. A lot of tour agencies in Palenque organized this journey, so we thought if they would get robbed all the time, then they probably would not do it anymore, right? And one night we went to speak with a tour salesman. And he said, no problem, we take a different route, we go in a convoy, we're a little more expensive, because if you go with us, you didn't even have to change bus. So instead of spending a full day in a minivan to the waterfalls and back, and then take a long night bus over Villahermosa, we figured we could be in San Cristobal the same night. How happy are you?
Can't you see? I'm starting to swallow already.
Yeah, we were not off to a great start in the back of the minibus. Not because we were scared, but because the road was small and curvy. It did not take long for us to get nauseous, but after an hour drive, we made it to the first waterfall.
Finally.
That is a cool waterfall. Better than the bus ride.
Yeah, I was just like waiting. I was trying to not think about anything because all the time when I opened my eyes, there was a lot about like, man.
The waterfall was cool at least.
Yeah, my legs are shaking.
Getting a shower. Yeah, there's a trail over there. So. Oh. You can walk behind it? I guess that's the trail.
And if there's a trail to get behind a waterfall, of course you take it.
I took a shower today already.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same.
That was pretty much it. Pretty cool, nothing more or less. We then found someone further in the front of the van, willing to switch seats with Denise, who was feeling horrible. And our new seating partners were both really nice, and after a good chat, we had finally arrived at the main attraction, Cascadas de Agua Azul.
It's cold. I didn't bring my hoodie.
And it was not just one waterfall, but many. Quite impressive, if I dare say so. I felt cheated, however. Since Agua Azul means blue water in Spanish, this water was not blue at all.
I thought the waterfall was gonna be blue.
Well, it's kind of green, huh?
Green grayish, I would say.
Discontent with the color of the water, I got distracted with other things, such as leaf-carrying ants and weird fruit.
So apparently, you can eat cocoa like this, like a fruit. I never knew.
No, the seeds are not nice.
No, but the parts around is actually really tasty.
But then you kind of have to like just like suck them.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really work. Like it doesn't go off.
No, the parts around are really, really nice.
Maybe there's like more in there, you know, like the
No, I think
No?
this part is not tasty, I think.
Try.
No, I don't get it out. I actually really like this.
Yeah, the
red
taste
part.
is really nice. Like, it would be cool if everything would taste like that, and not only. Sí, es muy bueno. ¿Comes
No la come la semilla, nada más lo chupa y después lo tira la semilla. Nada más lo chupa así.
lo chupa
Sí,
y.
después lo tira.
Ah, sí.
That makes sense.
Chupa nada más lo chupa la semilla.
Yeah, you only suck the juice.
Right, and then you spit it out.
Yeah.
But for the record, the seeds are super healthy to eat, they just don't taste good raw. I prefer them turned into chocolate. Anyway, this was the last stop. At least that's what we thought when we got in the van again. But after a quite short drive, we once again stopped, and they told everyone going to San Cristobal to get out.
What are we doing?
Waiting.
What?
Bus.
Which bus?
Bus that we shouldn't have to change.
I guess the extra money we paid to not have to change bus actually was the stupid tourist fee. So yeah, now we stood here in the middle of nowhere waiting for the convoy. We had no cell reception and with heavily armed police and soldiers guarding the area. And after a long wait, we were suddenly rushed into a van.
So it's a police escort, but
I don't know if the police is from Escort. I don't think so.
I saw it. It was a street drive.
Yeah. I have no idea.
As the darkness fell over the jungle, and with us behind dark tinted windows, we started driving, escorted by police with machine guns mounted on the back of their pickup trucks. It felt very sketchy, and suddenly the convoy stopped. We heard a lot of shouting and our driver rushed out and joined in. You could cut the tension in the car with a knife, but after a few minutes he returned. Until this day I have no idea what happened. What then followed was 5 hours driving on small roads in actual jungle to avoid the roadblocks and the robbers of the highway. Every now and then we passed a small village where heavily armed police were waiting for us to make sure we were arriving safely. But a few hours later, in a cramped van, we had finally arrived 2 hours behind schedule.
Jesus Christ, what a bus ride. Oh man. So fucking cold. Jesus Christ. I'm so wanted the house. Yeah, me too. Hopefully.